Hey, welcome everyone. It's another episode of Wizards Outlook out here in Summer League. Got Raymond Lyons with us this time. I'm Wilson Turby Jr. Hey, Ray, it's back-to-back wins for the Wizards in Summer League. And no Summer League, but the process is still the process. And the last couple of years, wins are wins. And celebrate wins as they come. Will Riley, AJ, the best, paced the Wizards 104-85 in their win over the Kings. Just want to get your thoughts on what you saw in this one.
Yeah, man. Through their first two games was what I've been appreciative of is them actively trying to win the game. A lot of times in summer league, guys are just kind of out there to be perfectly honest. They're treating it like the games count, which for them they do. It's young guys just trying to get reps and just get acclimated to some level of advanced basketball than they've seen before. So it's good to see that type of energy present with this young team. Um, yeah, man, that second quarter defensively they were all over it, and they were able to turn that into some easy opportunities getting out on the break. So that's anytime defense appears to be a mainstay in this organization, I'm always going to applaud that. Doesn't matter if it's summer league, training camp, preseason, what have you. That needs to be something that everybody with the Wizards jersey on is on the same accord about. So it's good that they've shown that that's something they're intent about through these first two summer league games. AJ still being aggressive, which I like to see. He's mixing it up. Didn't shoot well from three tonight, but was effective everywhere else offensively. Defensively, he had a couple lapses, but he's he's a rookie. This is his first professional experience. He's 19 years old. It's going to happen, but for the most part, feel like the effort is there. But yeah, man, I'm pleased with these first two games. A game tonight for a guy like Will Riley who showed what he's capable of last year, but just looks like he's kind of taking that leap. He's been around for a year now. He knows what it is, and now it's time to build on what he's already done. So him coming out and having a performance like that, definitely a good sign. But yeah, man, I like what I'm seeing from the young guys. Hopefully they can continue.
Yeah, I thought what's it called? We saw the other year two guy, right? We saw Trey in that first game, which is why we didn't see him
Hmm.
today, and why we probably won't see him again. He came out, had that I'm a second year NBA player. Shouldn't be out here with some of y'all. That was Trey Johnson. That's what the box score said, and that's what it looked like in that first half. In that first game, was like, yeah, nah, I'm done, coach. Look. Then Will Riley, last game we saw him he came on late last game. That was kind of the
Hmm.
Trey Johnson, AJ DeBusta show. And then in this one, man, he got going. He really got going. 6 of 8 from three. One of them was a 4-point play, even with the weird wonky free throws. They didn't really have an answer. We saw somebody, I think for like much of that first game, I feel like he was kind of like, hey, I'm gonna be a playmaker, a connector, or whatever in that first game. And tonight we just saw the Will Riley we saw last year. That's Will Riley we got used to seeing. Trey Johnson wasted no time letting us know um, what he had new going on. But now I thought Will was amazing tonight. It only had 2 turnovers as much as he had the ball, and like you said with AJ, still didn't shoot the ball incredibly well. The evergreen thing there is he's still getting to the line whenever he wants in summer league, which is nuts. Like having an overpowered summer league whistle is crazy when it's summer league and they just let you hit the hell out of each other. It just doesn't matter. And he looks like one of the few guys that has a regular season whistle in summer league, which is absurd. But yeah, 6 for 15 from the floor, still hasn't got it going from three yet. I appreciated the getting on the glass. We saw him average about 6, 7 rebounds at BYU, so it was great to see. All the athletic gifts you bring to the table. Yes, please go hit the glass. There's 3 steals and the 2 blocks. Like you said, with the defense on the defensive end of the floor. Um, Obviously, that effort's going to have to raise come go time, and it's there. But even so, we did see a couple flashes in this one where I felt like we saw more of this game defensively than we did in the last one. And again, as a rookie, like, is that not what we? That's progress, correct? Obviously, there's room to improve, but yeah, I didn't really have an issue with it. I thought this young fella Beekman did a great job defensively. He was just a pest for
Yeah.
Washington, like a legit pest. Um, Darius Acuff, they were just he was in hell. It's like the same thing what they did with DP. They just attacked him defensively. Wizards just not being good people from a sportsmanship standpoint with young guards. They blitzed DP, they blitzed Acuff. I thought Nick Clifford had a good game, and then Maxime Reynaud looked like, hey, I played in the league last year. Nice 20 points and 12 rebounds, and we saw him stepping out there. You know, he hit a couple threes. Your thoughts on the Kings?
Um, yeah, Acuff, he's pretty much been inefficient the entire summer league, but like you said, the Wizards they hounded them. Like it's like they're making it a point to make these guys' lives miserable. And we saw what they did against Peterson the last game, and Acuff tonight, 4 for 14, 5 turnovers. He's got to he's got to get used to it. He's earned the attention, so you got to deal with what comes with that. But yeah, man, they have a couple bright spots. Reynard is one, and Nick Clifford as well. But yeah, you can tell Reynard has spent some time at this level. It was he was kind of throwing his weight around and moving some furniture, and it just looked like it was easy for him at points, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, they got some things they can work with. We know what type of situation the Kings are in as a franchise right now. So any glimmer of hope for them is a positive. But yeah, man, just of course the main focus is going to be on Acuff, and he's just got to start dealing with the pressure better. That's all.
You know, I think that's the other thing is a smaller guard just trying to figure it out. Where I think John Wall was talking about it on the broadcast a little bit, like when you do get your body in front of somebody, kind of like closing that off. You can't give that
Mhm.
space back on this level. So again, like Twitter's been crazy because there's so many like legit overreactions about every rookie that's touched the court out here. And if it's a negative thing, it's like I think I got off Twitter earlier. Somebody was like, "Man, I'm out on Acuff." I'm like, "Bro, it's the second summer league game or whatever. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, he's gonna be on the Kings roster. Yeah, I check back in like November or something, man. Like, chill out." Also, I think like one of the things I think Trey Johnson said this before heading out to Vegas, like summer league basketball isn't NBA basketball. Like, it's two totally different worlds, man. Some of this stuff's gonna look a lot different when that's a bonus setting a screen for you and you're coming on the other side of it. All right. Like let's be real honest here, man. It's just totally different. Even AJ with some of the stuff with the 3 ball, like some of those threes you'll be getting in a couple months gonna look way more open than the ones you're working for now. Playing off of Trey Young and company. Like y'all just gotta just take a deep breath, man. But player of the game for you in this one.
Will Riley, he started on one and didn't take his foot off the gas. Hell of a game from him.
Yeah, no arguments there. Again, that's what like that's what I feel like your hope should be for whatever franchise it is. When your second year guys come to do round 2 of summer league, they need to look like they shouldn't be here because
Hmm.
it's year 2. Like there should be a large gap of separation of this is my first summer league, and I'm getting rotation minutes. Like we shouldn't be having anything similar going on in life. But yeah, hell of a performance by Will. Xfactor in this one for you.
I went with Beekman, man. He had nice overall impact, 9, 4, and 4. And then we already talked about what he did defensively. that like whenever you come out with that type of energy in this setting, you got a fan in me. So yeah, I like what he brought to the team tonight.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it at all, especially just the ball pressure, man. Like, again, what's the thing? Like the words is gonna be said over and over again with Washington this year is how they perform on that end of the floor. Um, if he has any hopes of sticking on the roster, even if it's in the G, like that end of the floor is gonna be the thing that keeps him around and continues to give him opportunities. So, yeah, I definitely appreciated that. Like, we always knew he was in the game because he's bothering the hell out
Hmm.
of whoever was bringing the ball up. Like, it was a lasting impact. But if you have nothing else, man, we appreciate you guys. It's been 2 fun summer league games. Shout out to Trav Ellison with the pitchers we've been blessed us with throughout this, first few days of summer league. So you guys get over to IG, check some of that stuff out. But for Ray and myself, we're out of here. Y'all have a good evening.